Hey, what's going on, my YouTube subscribers and friends? I know it's been a while since I've been on the uh, the airways, but I just want to let you know that I greatly appreciate all that you have commented, whether it be positive or negative. Doesn't really matter in that sense because all information is good information. But for those um, who've been dedicated to trying to understand who the kind of person I am, and I'm trying to understand sometimes the kind of person you are by watching, or excuse me, by just reading your comments and stuff. Sometimes I wonder if, for the most part, some of you that have negative comments have a job. It's always interesting, or what kind of job, or if you have any sense. But I'm trying to, you know, trying to make sense out of all of it. So I'm going to be very honest and open, and there's going to be, of course, other topics throughout my time while I'm on YouTube. But this one is always a funny one. You always have to address your the haters out there, and also address the people that have been very supportive of you. So I'm going to address both. First, I'm going to address all the decent people out there. I'm sure that people always, since I've been on YouTube, have always questioned who I am, and and where I am and what I am and all this other bullshit. But I just wanted to tell you that when I was a kid, you see this right here? You see up on top of my head? That's the Puerto Rican flag. When I was a kid, my ethnic group or my culture in regards to this has always been at the top. Um, Anybody would feel the same way, whether they're from Trinidad or Barbados or anywhere from the Caribbean. We always found ourselves repping our flag, no matter what. I remember this because when I was a kid, going to the West Indian Day parades, going to the Puerto Rican Day parades, I used to find a lot of people, not only that were Puerto Ricans, but people that weren't Puerto Ricans, coming to these parades. West Indian Day Parade, same thing. You have all flags represented from the Caribbean. But the thing is that when people tell, they tell other people, like my buddies, see the people that know me out there understand that there are differences among people that are from the Caribbean. All Caribbean people are not going to look alike. When people say, hey, that guy looks Puerto Rican, or that guy looks Dominican, or that guy looks, Bayesian, or whatever. That's kind of ridiculous. I think it's the saddest shit I've ever heard in my life because it's just like saying, it's like that guy looks American. I mean, yes, in essence, what is an American? What is an African? Basically, an African is someone, or an American is someone born of the area. Born in the area, is native to the area, right? That's what we know as an ethnic group. Like if he's African, but a lot of people don't say African. In general, they usually say their area that they have where they were born in. You know, like when I did my little DNA test for all my buddies out there that are into DNA. I got it right here. Hold on, let me just hold on that thought. Okay, I'm back. Okay, that was quick, right? Okay, I took this DNA test a while ago. Uh, it's called AfricanAncestry.com, or excuse me, African Ancestry DNA test. So this particular test right here, nice, huh? Anyway, I took this test. This shit costs a lot of money right here. If you have the money, good. If you don't have the money, don't necessarily feel like you have to do it to find out whether, how far in Africa, where in Africa you're from. But I did. Okay, this costs like $300, 300 change plus tax, or 298 plus tax. Now, I did that with my wife, and I did it one day, actually for Kwanzaa, actually. I had done it because my wife and I have celebrated Kwanzaa since we've been married, and we've been married going on 13 years now. And we've been celebrating Kwanzaa for roughly, I would say about together, about 8 or a 7 of those years, like, like actual celebration, as opposed to, kind of like, oh, it's Kwanzaa Day, let's celebrate the principles. But no, we've been really getting into it, I think, since about 2000, I would say 2007. We've really been getting into the whole idea of Kwanzaa. So we actually took the test, like $600, a lot of money, a lot of money. So we took the test together, and we found out that, like on my mother's side, I didn't find out father's side because for the most part, I know that on my father's side, they were blacks too. I know this, but for the most part, what was my deepest concern was of my mother's side, because not only are they obviously black, but I think what it was is that my grandmother told me things about myself that were just like, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And she was very matter of fact when she mentioned that we were Africans, and I was like, hey, okay, cool. I thought it was cool, when I was a kid. And then I started learning more and more. I said, wow, this is fascinating. So I took that test. We found out, actually, I found out like 100% accuracy or whatever, that my people are from the Tikar people in Cameroon. And my wife, she's from Sierra Leone, and it said that she's of the Temne people. Now, that's very exciting. Does it change a lot of things about you? Yeah, actually, in some ways it does. I mean, it makes you feel connected to the motherland for real, you know, and that's a good thing. Uh, for all my YouTube subscribers, like I said, that agree or disagree with me about whatever. I mean, it's of no real consequence to me, because sometimes you have to live in your own skin, and you have to. People have to understand that they don't know you from a damn hole in the wall, and that's the biggest issue that I have with people that overjudge. Uh, I mean, but yeah, but you're in your right for the assholes or the haters. You're in your right to you can have a judgment for all you want, and that's fine. I have no qualms with that. But when you don't have as much information as you need to actually judge a person, whether a person would do like a admixture test to prove to you that a person is wholly African or not. I mean, there's a lot. I haven't seen a whole African in a long time. When I was a kid, I remember when if we saw a blue black child in our presence, we would make fun of them. I remember when I was a kid, because they were a little overly black. And of course, we would see those children as 100% black, right? But then every other African that they found themselves medium brown, they'd say, "Oh, I'm not that black," and all this other bullshit. I'm probably like 60%, 70%, 55%, or some other bullshit. And it's funny because the truth is blackness is not blackness is a culture. Blackness is, of course, is a color. I mean, you have to have a shade. You have to have some features that reflect that you're African. That helps too. I mean, but it's really color, culture, your own state of mind, your own consciousness, and your own spirituality. And that's what being black is. Period. This is to all those, like I said, who don't understand those kind of things. I mean, I understand. I understand that some of you are not that fast, but I want you to get a little faster. I want you to start reading, because I think that's what the biggest issue that people have is that they have a lack of learning. Now, this recently I came across a book, right? It's called Too Important to Fail, and it says here, Saving America's Boys. Now, in this particular sense, we're trying to save many black men that look kind of medium brown like this brother, black men that look like me, black men that look way darker than this brother. We're trying to save. I mean, when people say black and brown men, I kind of say, I always say black, because all we're talking about is the black spectrum. Whether they have straight hair, twisty hair, curly hair, frizzy hair, whatever, knotty hair. We're talking about saving a group of men that are not being treated fairly. in the school system. So this is a good book. It's called Too Important to Fail, and it's by Tavis Smiley, my man. And it's very good. And I finished reading, I don't know, probably about half the book. I mean, it's my bookmarker here. So I finished reading probably about half the book. And I just want you to all to understand that for all my YouTube subscribers, that reading is, well, people say reading is fundamental. Reading is truly the foundation of understanding. Uh, at one time, it was, of course, listening to our ancestors and stuff, and they tell a story, and you listen and listen, and next thing you know, that you become the holder of that story, and then you got to tell that story again and again and again and again, so that excuse me, that the people in our tribe or in our group would pass things down. You know, just like, you know, your auntie telling you a story about this, that, and you remember it. But imagine being told that story constantly. So you have a written record in your head. But now we don't necessarily need to find ourselves being human tape recorders. We can actually, you know, write down stuff and tell stories at the same time and have videos and what have you. But I just wanted to let you all know that your man is back, and I'm going to be on the attack, and I'm also going to be educating. So, since this video just lets you know that I'm around, if you have any questions, any at all, that I could answer, or any that you can raise that would bring about a great conversation, I would like to hear them, because I know that whether they are, you know, from people that disagree with me or people that agree with me, I always find it to be an interesting conversation. And also, for those people that, you know, like those haters out there that have issues with my honesty and my stance on things and even my identity. Like I said, I like to see your face. I like to see the very people that have an issue. Because the more and more that you find yourself, you know, being a little overly disagreeable and not be willing to show your face and to be, you know, honest and open, then I'm just going to have to block you. I'm just going to have to get rid of your little comments because they're corny. Because after a while, if you want to have a serious conversation with me, I would like, it could be a personal message or what have you, but it has to be a serious, you know, a serious debate about something. I appreciate those things. And I like everybody to know from the bottom of my heart that I know it's been like 2 or 3 years, seems like 2 or 3 years. You know, I've been busy and stuff, you know, trying to get this. I knocked out all my schoolwork and stuff. So basically now I'm overeducated, and I'm working a part-time job now, and I'm homeschooling my kids in the afternoon, or excuse me, in the mornings. And and I just wanted everybody to understand that um, that I didn't, you know, I didn't find it's not that I didn't care about you guys at all. It's just, you know, life goes on and stuff, and I'm old too. That's the thing. I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna be like 38 very soon, and it's crazy. You know, the thought of being older. Um, and I understand that you guys out there, you know, make it a thing to, you know, go back and forth, YouTube and stuff. But see, I'm old, so it's like if somebody wants to actually contact me, you know, by phone or what have you, we could have a good conversation. Uh, you know, that'd be nice to hear a voice later on. But for now, I want you all to know that Bilal is back, and I'm back with a vengeance because I know that some of you are slow and some of you are fast. So hopefully we can come together, or excuse me, we can all meet in the middle. All right. So peace, and you have a pleasant day.